Good morning, afternoon, and my turn, jackass! Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan Carter. No one is behind the camera where he fucking belongs.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding. Your videos have been doing great. You had 1 hit, 1K already.
Yeah.
Good job. I had 2. I'm just kidding. No, so we are back. Shut up. We are back. We are covering the Jets preseason. Because you know what? Why not? Preseason hockey is still hockey. It might not be the most enjoyable and feels kind of like a tryout where the coaches really don't care if the game wins or loses. But you know, it's okay. Speaking of which, we lost this game. Did I mention that? I was really hoping we wouldn't get to that part. But yeah, here we are. So, cover a couple things like I normally do. Not gonna go through the entire lineup because, my God, you know, going through the ins and outs of a whole entire roster it's just not for today. But I'll tell you some notable additions here. Comrie's in net. Burden was on the bench. I could tell. I think it was him. Comrie is starting, and Forsberg is starting in net for the Ottawa Senators, though they would switch halfway through. Perfetti is in, Svechnikov is playing, Hanel is playing, a lot of rookies are playing, and for some goddamn reason, the Winnipeg Jets decided, you know what, Billy Hanela, you'll be partnered with Beaulieu today, which I was like, what the fuck, man.
Riley Nash was also playing.
Riley Nash was, yeah, I know, I was going to get there, don't worry. But yeah, so let's just get in this game. Johnson takes a hooking penalty. It's pretty weak. A lot of these penalties were kind of on the weaker side, but that's okay because this is more of just, or less just letting teams practice certain situations, which if you're kind of seeing preseason for what it is, it's a tryout, that's okay. These shouldn't be taken too seriously. Comrie almost gets caught out of his net. Pyong takes a delay of game penalty right after we kill the first penalty, which was, you know. Toninato looked really good on the penalty kill tonight. I really liked his play, especially when he was paired with Riley Nash. I believe he was paired with him a bit. I think Jansen Harkins also played a lot of time in the bottom 6 there. They looked pretty solid in terms of grinding it out type down there. Forwardson takes a slash power play. We had our second power play unit, the entire lineup for that was playing tonight. So what I'm guessing is next game, our first line, apart from Scheifele for obvious reasons, will be playing the next game for the main power play unit. So because there is no more Matthew Perreault, he's in Montreal, just like apparently now all our players are going to. Vesalainen was there, and he did fine. We only scored 1 power play goal, and that included a lot of power plays. That's a little annoying, but you know, it is what it is. We're just trying new things. Oh, goodness gracious me. There's one thing I forgot. Carter, do you see a mic award around here? I grabbed it. You look. I'll keep talking.
That's a great question.
I'll be compelling. Yeah, no, but honestly, Vesalainen with that, actually, no, right after that, Oilers would, pretty much, yeah, thank you. I just need that later, but I just thought I'd have it. So Oilers would take a tripping penalty and also would fall badly, and I thought personally this was stick-on-stick, body-on-body, but I understood why they did it because of the sweeping motion. He seems to injure himself a little bit, but he's okay nonetheless afterwards. Spoiler alert, I don't really think Oilers had a very good game, I'm going to be honest here. We'll get to more of that later, but, you know, yeah, cross the bridge when we get to it. But what would happen then is it would lead to 4-on-4 hockey, and Ridley Greig, I think is how you pronounce it, makes a slick move on a opportunity and would make it 1-0 for the Sens. Reaction here. Fuck! God damn it! That's insult to injury right now, honestly. Like, I'm still concerned about Oilers, because, like, that boy... I didn't like the penalty either. I thought it was stick-on-stick, body-on-body, but, like, now it's just... Fuck. And, yeah, honestly, like... I hate to say it, this is Hanela and Beaulieu's pairing. The Hanela pairing... Beaulieu pairing, especially in the first period, was not good. They got better as the game wore on, but, you know. This is going to reflect badly on Hanela, which is a shame because, honestly, he just needed a more calming presence in terms of a guy who would support his movements with the puck, and I don't think we'll use that. Beaulieu can be depth if you use him properly in sheltered minutes. But sheltered minutes does not include using him with a rookie defenseman. That's the opposite of sheltering minutes. That is, like, you are the shelter minutes. Like, that's not okay. But nonetheless, we shall continue with that. Cobb gets a 2-on-1 chance. Hanel is having a rough night. He would take a penalty for slashing, and they'd kill that off. And later, Hetherington would take a tripping penalty. Pinto would take a cross-checking. Now, they are, I'm going to say this now, they are really clamping down on cross-checking penalties this year, as we would made very apparent by the end of the game. 5-on-3 power play, wouldn't score on the first one, but we would score on the 5-on-4. PLD would clean it up in front of the net to make it 1-1 reaction here. Okay! We'll take it! That looked frantic as fuck, but we'll take it! Holy shit! Jesus, boys! And let's get to the second period, and I'm going to try to keep this pace going. So I'm sorry if I lag, or if it slows down, we'll speed it up. So, right off the bat, CJ Seuss would just goal! Yeah! Woo! Nice shot! I don't know how it made it through, but nice shot. I'll take it. That's good. Honestly, I want to see how these group, especially with the younger guys, play with leads. I know it's a little less, it's in theory less pressure, but here it's more pressure for them because they're trying to make the roster. Good. Where are you putting that? Oh yeah, right across there. Right around the head area. So now it's 2-1. And I was like, okay, well, freaking, oh my, Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then, guess what would happen? All of a sudden, a fight would break out. Hetherington versus Johnson. Oh.
Hetherington and Luke Johnson.
Okay.
Two guys that are looking to make a name for themselves, and it takes, do anything that you can to try to...
Oh, nice shot. I will take, oh. Okay, so their guy's got the helmet on, so this is a tough one for Johnson to win right now. And Hetherington will pull him, and then do not throw a punch after that. Yeah, because you don't throw the punch after you pull the guy down. Yeah, fights, punches, physicality. Good job. And honestly, Johnson, I feel terrible for saying this out loud, but I didn't know a lot about you going into this game, and so far you've taken two penalties. That's about it. But one I've admitted was weak, and the other was just, it is what it is. It's fighting. So I understand that you are trying to play a physical role. So good on you, bud. We get a lot better offense in the second period. The first period, we were pretty much primarily defensive, except for anything generated off the power play, which is a bit of a, but it is what it is. And then Grieg would get charged with a cross-checking or technically a high-sticking cross-checking. It's really hard. It's kind of the same thing in this sentence. Now, originally, he would get a double minor on PLD, but then they would look at it and rule it was a 5 in a game. Now, I want to make this clear. This is not a malicious check. It's a reckless check. He is not intending to take PLD's head off. What he's trying to do is cushion himself properly and kind of take away a lot of the impact from PLD who's about to hit him. PLD is what looked like a taller opponent coming in on him. And what he does is by doing that is he tries to kind of meet his hands halfway, like how you normally kind of just go like that. But the problem is PLD's hands are not there, and it catches him right in the face. So yeah, it's 5 in a game, and especially how they're clamping down. If this gets called consistently, I'll be okay with it. But if the consistency doesn't show, then I would understand Ottawa fans being annoyed down the line. So.
And because it's a 5-minute major, the safety board has to look it over to see if it's suspension.
I don't think they should call it a suspension because first off, he's not going to play all the games in preseason anyway. If it's a suspension, it's one game, and if it's any more, I'm going to be a little annoyed about that. But anyway, nonetheless, keep going here. Right after that, Forsberg would come out and Gustafsson would come in, and that's an omen of doom right there because us against Gustafsson is not a good It's not a good batch. Not a good batch of cookies. Oh, no, 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 no. That guy has our number. And he would continue to have our number. It was just not a good enough power play. It was 5 minutes and you could get a goal on that. So going into the third period, 2-1, Shaw would take a pretty weak slashing call. Stanley gets slew-footed, but then cross-checks back, so it's 4-4 for that. Kopp gets a big chance, and then Stanley and Watson has a nice little tussle.
Releases Stanley and Austin Watson have something to say to each other. Watson, the response from the Sokolov scrum earlier from the penalty, and that's what Austin Watson does, is he stands up for teammates.
Honestly, yeah, Logan Stanley's been in a bit of this scrum stuff. We might as well see it, you know? Not much of a scrum, more of an aggressive hug. But we'll take what we can get. You know, like, aggressive hugging. Not to be confused with, like, the caring, compassionate, loving hugs. That's what we leave for Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. But the aggressive hugs, the rolls, the wrestling with an R-A-S-S, Lynn. Yeah, and then Formanson would just ruin my pissing day and snipe post in 2-2 tie game.
You tell him once, he learns quick. Alex Formanson with the wrister from the left side off the inside of the post and in. And the Ottawa Senators have tied the game at 2-2.
Oh.
We talked about Formanson earlier.
Okay. All right. I did not see that coming. Not at all. That's just a good shot. I don't want to hear anything about Comrie on that. That's just a good shot. And then overtime. Oh boy, I'm excited. It's fucking done already! No fucking way! No fucking way! Now I'm annoyed! Fuck! It doesn't even matter. Why am I mad? Because I care. So, Pinto, 25 seconds in, scores. First shot for the overtime. And he just walks around, comes around, and you could tell he was kind of testing the water to see how much we were going to give him. We gave him more than we fucking should have. And yeah, scores to end the game. So Ottawa wins, and then insult to injury, Ottawa would then win the shootout. Yeah, boo this man. Fuck. For fuck's sakes. God fucking damn it. What were we... Fuck off! There you go. Fucking A, lad. So, yeah. What do I think about this game, honestly? After going through it, what do I think in the grand scheme of things? We'll do a top three. So, honorable mention...
Wait, you're not doing Michael Ward first?
Sure. Michael Ward... I'm really tempted to give it to Nikolai Ehlers, and I'm going to explain why. Ehlers is a good player. Ehlers I wanted better from here. Ehlers made a lot of key mistakes. He wasn't often enough trying to push the zone entries by just taking it in, and he's one of the best players in the league at doing that, so you need to stick to your strengths. On the power play, though, it really exposed his work. He just looked lazy on the power play. Ehlers' strength on the power play is him doing that route and going around, up and down. And he wasn't doing it. He was standing still, and that cuts off a lot of passing lanes. The reason why he takes a penalty on that play is because he can't get the pass across there. It gets picked off, and he has to rush to back check out of desperation and takes him out and almost injures himself in the process and still takes the penalty for 2 minutes, which they would then score the first goal on a 4-on-4. And beyond that, he's also on the ice in the overtime period. I'm not sure if it's his check necessarily, but somebody should have really tried to put the pressure on Pinto there so he doesn't feel like he has all the time in the world to shoot on Comrie. Do better, man. Mike Ward for the worst jet. That would be Ehlers tonight. Do better. That's all. Top three, honorable mention would be Eric Comrie. People were saying Eric Comrie's not backup material. I disagree. I think Eric Comrie had a very good, a solid game tonight. First goal is on the defensive breakdown that leads to a nice chance. It's literally the same move that Austin Matthews makes on Connor Hellebuck, so let's not kid ourselves here. It's a great move by the shooter. Second goal is post in, so there's not a lot you can do on that. And the third goal is a guy who gets to walk down Main Street, have all the time in the world to pick his spot right above the goalie's shoulder. That's fine. That's fine. He kept it calm in the first period. That game could have really got out of hand if we didn't keep it calm in that first period. And yeah, no, I'm okay with that. So top three now. Top three. So 3 is going to be Pierre-Luc Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois had a really solid game. He looked big. He looked competitive. He had a nice chance in the second period when he cut into the lane to try to make a chance there. He scored a goal. He was creating plays. He looked good. And if that's the Pierre-Luc Dubois we get this year, that's already a superior Pierre-Luc Dubois than we got last year. Number 2 is going to be... Oh, I had it on the tip of my goddamn tongue. I liked Riley Nash. I really did. He had a really good game. He was good defensively. He was a calming influence. Him and Harkins have a very good amount of chemistry that I like. Like, it's there. So if those two are going to play in the same fourth line together, I can see that. And number 1 is Brendan Dillon. And this was an easy one. Brendan Dillon had a great game.
I absolutely loved
Brendan Dillon was the defense partner that Neil Pionk needs to play with, which also then tells me that Morrissey's probably going to be with Schmidt, or or it'll be Morrissey, DeMello, and then Schmidt will go in as another pairing with maybe Stanley. But I'm very curious to see, because we'll find out next night, because they'll probably switch things. But Brendan Dillon is the better version of forward. He doesn't take risks, and he has speed to cut back. He was making all of the right plays out there. Whenever Dillon was on the ice, the play got focused and funneled off into the sides. That is all you need from a guy like that. That's why we picked him up. That's why he was worth 2 seconds.
And you know what? He wasn't the biggest hitter in the world, but he was aggressive in almost every play
he doesn't need to be a hitter. I don't give a shit if you hit, as long as you stop the guy from making an advancement towards our net. That's all.
Yep.
That's all I need.
I'm just saying is that for a team like ours that doesn't have the most amount of aggression, it's good having
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what happens in the rest of the preseason. I know we lost. Who cares? You know, this is just more of learning. You like seeing, and we got a lot of positives out of this game, so that was good. I look forward to seeing what you guys think about this game, honestly. Don't forget to comment down below. If you're new to this channel, hello, nice to meet you. Please hit that subscribe button, because we're trying to hit 1K. Now, a friend of mine said that we could probably hit, and we might be able to hit 1K by Christmas. Jake is very optimistic. But, yeah, no, we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can hit 1K by the end of the season. So, yeah. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video, because it really does help us out and lets more people see it. It really does help. Comment down below your thoughts on this game. We answer all the goddamn comments. There will be timestamps at some point, my friend Vroom. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.